Okay, guys, so let's push this back. Sorry, fiddling around there a little bit. I don't like that light glare on the Three of Wands, that's why. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. These are opportunities that come in. That wheel is always turning, right? There could be a change of luck this week. Whenever I see the Wheel of Fortune, it's a card of change. There are a few kind of major change cards in the major arcana, and one of them is the Wheel of Fortune. We also have Judgment, the World, the Tower, obviously. Which one am I missing? I'm missing one more. But, they're the cards of change. They're the major cards of change. And so there's a shift, there's a change. Some of you might already be experiencing it. A situation that may come back round again, because the Wheel of Fortune can indicate that. Wow, but we have the Hierophant coming up with this. Now, I'm going to come back to these two in just a moment. I want to talk about the Justice card for a moment, because that's the past. That's the foundation here. And this, yes, Aquarius got this here, and it was kind of different from them. For you guys, I'm seeing that, yes, it's about fighting for justice in a situation. I don't think it's been easy, and I'm looking at the Ace of Swords and saying that. Justice usually when there's been an injustice, and now justice is done through the truth coming in. Fairness, balance, that's what it talks about. It can be through recourse through the law. You might have had a court case going on. It might be arguing with someone or in a relationship. That's the card for Libra. You've been trying to get things balanced in that relationship, or you're trying to get things balanced within yourself, right? In your life. But looking at the truth here, this can be contracts, karmic connections, balancing the karmic scales, playing things out so things are even, balanced. This can be difficult. Think about it. When the scales are being balanced, when they're balanced, they're straight, everything's fine. When they're kind of back and forth, that can be turbulent energy, right? So if you've been trying to get things balanced out, that can be difficult. But there is this kind of level of stability that's coming in. You have the Hierophant, that's Taurus energy, so Libra, Taurus. The Hierophant is, what are you committed to? What are your traditions? What do you conform to? What groups are you a part of? What were your religious beliefs? What stories do you follow? There's a new truth here. There's a new truth here that's coming in. So I'm just going to say this because I see it very clearly. There's a situation for some of you. I don't know how many of you, but this is a story that I see. Situation that comes back round again. I don't think you committed to it in the past, but now you're considering committing to it because this is at the heart. This is your focus, right? But there's a new way of thinking. I don't know if you even believe what you believed before. Whether that's societal rules, your religious rules, your family's rules, whatever those stories were that we grew up with. But you decide to conform to them. But you have a new truth with the Ace of Swords coming up here. You have a new truth. And it almost feels as if a situation that comes back round or an opportunity that comes up, you step forward into it with your new truth. Now you're ready to do it. Now you're ready to commit to it. Now you're ready to, conform to those set of rules. Now this can be studying something. I think it's a time of stability, something that you're ready to commit to now after a very turbulent time, after some justice that you've been trying to get. We have a new truth. That's the main thing. You have two aces coming up. In the present, we have the Ace of Swords. This is a victory card. You see the victory with the crown on top of the sword. Sword of truth, right? And have a look. She holds up the sword of truth. Whatever this relates to for you, and this could be last week, last month, last year. Whatever justice, whatever this card indicates, going to be different for everyone. Relationships, divorces, marriages, soulmate situations, legal cases, it can represent all of those things. Justice, it always depends on where we are here. And because it's the past or the foundation, you will know what this is. Out of this, with this sword of truth here, you got your own truth. You are stepping forward with your own truth. Now, the cycles run from the Ace to the 10. So we know that the card that goes before the Ace of Swords is the 10 of Swords, which is painful, right? Something painful happened, something awful happened. You've got back your equilibrium now. You got back your balance. But are you going to do the same things again? Or have you got a new truth now that you're going to step forward with? Do you have a new perspective on things? And I think you do. And there feels like at one end of the spectrum, this feels like a questioning of everything that gave you stability. The Hierophant gives us stability. That's why we conform to it. Think about it. Our religious beliefs, they're the kind of scaffolding of the structure of our lives, right? The foundation of our lives. That's why we believe the things that we believe. Our church that we go to, or temple, whatever it is, that's the people that are there. That's our community. That's our tribe. But there's something new coming in now. I also feel like you're very committed to it. That's the thing. There are two new opportunities. One, you'll take going forward with your truth, because aces are opportunities. But they don't mean anything unless we take them, right? Unless we do them. Well, the Wheel of Fortune talks about opportunities as well. That wheel is shifting, turning. We have the Ace of Wands coming up here as a future energy. This is something that gets you excited. It allows you to express your passions, your creativity. This feels very kind of, I mean, I'm not trying to be bad, and there's both kind of Venus energy, right? We have Taurus and we have Libra. Not anything, I'm not saying anything bad about Taurus or Libra here, but this feels like a straitjacket. This feels like freedom. It kind of feels like you are locked into something, locked into some kind of battle, locked into doing what was fair and right for everyone else, locked into taking into consideration what everyone else's beliefs were, traditions were, what the rules were. Totally throwing out the rule book here. I do see the Hierophant as the rule book sometimes, but it's the rule book that we choose, right? We choose to go by that book. No, now it's like new beginnings. Now it's that wheels turned. I want to do something different. What's your advice? What's your advice? Your advice is the Three of Wands. And this tells you you're going to get back exactly what you expect out of this situation. And I love this card. Have a look at him. You know, usually we see is waiting for your ships to come in. He's waiting for a whole bloody armada to come in. And he's ready. He's prepared. He knows what's on those ships. He knows that he even has a plan. That's the thing with the Three of Wands. Do you have a plan of action? Do you know what you're going to do when those ships come in? And why does this card say you will get back what you expect? I mean, it's never a surprise. Why? Because what you begin with the Ace of Wands, right? That's your spark. That's your idea. That's your creativity. It's the energy that you put out into the world. Your passion, your creative urges. You put that out there. With the Two of Wands, you take it in a new direction. You make some decisions. You know, you send it going in one direction. Now with the Three of Wands, you're saying, what do I get back from that? From all the action, from the foundation, you know, that I worked so hard to build. And it's saying you will get back exactly what you expect. And you know what? There is a strong foundation. As much as I say this feels like a straitjacket, this is a strong foundation. Major Arcana all at the top. That's stuff that happens to us. Energies. I mean, we always have free will and how we deal with it, how we choose to experience it. That feels heavy. This feels lighter. This is like fresh starts coming in. Two aces. And then, you know, if you're questioning, do I begin this? Do I take this opportunity? What if I speak my truth? Communication, this could be a new way of communicating. What if I go that way? What if I follow my truth, and what if I follow my passions, follow my creativity? What happens? Exactly what you expect to happen. Okay. That didn't clear up anything, but because that cycle's complete. The world, that's another card of change with the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever you went through, this is very karmic. This is very karmic. That's some heavy duty shit that you've gone through. But you've laid it to rest. The scales are balanced now. The world is all about closing off that chapter, like giving yourself a pat on the back. That's your victory. This is a victory wreath here as well. Some of you have won a court case. You know, either your divorce is finalized or there's something else that was going on, or you've made your peace with it. It's given you a new truth and you're stepping forward now. But others of you might not even have finished up. Like this hasn't fully played out yet, but karmically you're done. You know, at a karmic level, everything. And what does that mean? You know, we talk about karma all the time. Whatever you had to get out of the situation, whatever steps you had to take, whatever you had to learn out of this or gain from this experience, you have. You have. Whether that has physically played out or not, that cycle from that level is done. It's completed. So of course, you know, some of you might have been in a transitional phase for a while. Feels like you've just been trying to weigh up the scales for a while. But now new opportunities are coming in. We have 3 cards of opportunities. And whatever you put into this, you know, you must walk through those doors. But if you don't have to, but that's your choice, to get the most out of these opportunities. You know, when people say, I hope it happens. This is not about hope. The Three of Wands even, it's not a wait and see card. It's, I know what I put into this, so I will get back out of it what I put into it. And I know what to even do with that. When my cargo comes in on those ships, I know what I'm going to do with them. I know where I'm going to sell it. I know how I'm going to make it look. I know what I'm going to do. So big wrap up week for you guys. That's what it feels like. And that might be just from, Cancer season, your season ending, and we're going forward into Leo season. It feels like, there's change coming in, massive change and opportunities. Well, you got 3. All right, Cancer. So the union of hearts, there is a connection of love that defies explanation. And that is one of the soulmate cards, Justice. So maybe it's a new beginning for you guys in a connection, and it feels fated. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is it's fate, right? That's why it's called the Wheel of Fortune. And here we have love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer. And when you believe that, that's when you will get that back. We always teach people how to love us. Focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. You will get back what you expect. That's manifestation 101. What you expect, with your vibration, what you truly believe, you will get back. What happened here? Because from what happened here, this balancing of the scales, whatever the truth that was revealed here, that's why you're ready to expect whatever you expect here. I hope it makes sense, Cancer. It's one of those readings that flexible, be flexible. Sounds kind of obvious, right? But what this card says is, know what your deal breakers are. No one's asking you to compromise yourself. That's what this card is. Know what your deal breakers are. Use those to ground you, but then everything else, let it be. Be like that mighty oak tree, that your roots are firmly into the ground. You're strong, you're courageous, you're grounded. But then when the wind comes, even the mightiest oak, it's going to sway in the wind, right? It's not going to snap, it's not going to break. Whereas a house could topple over a wall or a rigid structure, the tree won't, because it's flexible. And so it might be telling you that, this, sometimes it can throw us because the new opportunities that come in, they don't look how we expect them to. And that's this tradition. I kind of feel like whatever this is, it's not traditional. It's non-traditional, whatever this is. So, if you're trying to manifest a relationship, union of hearts, there might be an age difference here that you never expected. Or they're from a different culture from what you expected. Or you believe one religion, they believe another. But I kind of talk about this in my outro where, we talk about people that are awake and asleep and stuff. And sometimes, I have friends that people might call them asleep, but they have all the qualities that I love about people, the kindness, the wisdom, the authenticity, the truth. So does it matter to me that they don't believe in the tarot or they don't believe in, the things that I believe? No, it doesn't matter to me, because at their core, they are exactly who I love, that what I love in people, what I treasure in people. So that's what I mean. You don't have to have deal breakers, but you can be flexible in some things. Does it matter about the labels? Because the Hierophant can be about labels sometimes. Does it matter about the labels? Or once we get to the truth with the Ace of Swords, it's fine. I have a new perspective on this. I can do this differently. Right, let's see what we have coming up for you from Postcards from the Spirit. Somebody else got this, but let's see what it says. It says, "Dearest you, there is only one you, and you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in this world and meet certain people. But then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because the outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you." That's the inspiration card as well, the Ace of Wands there. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust. Loving you forever and ever. And I kind of get the sense that, there's a lot of... I won't say surprised, because I never go in with any expectations into readings, but a lot of the readings this time, they were really hopeful. Like, a lot of it was we hold ourselves back, we're trying to play it safe or be confident or keep things straight. But this is about, can we go for it? Get over our fears and doubts, get over our expectations here. That's what the thing is. You get back what you expect, but what do you expect? And the Hierophant is very telling, very telling. It might have brought stability in your life before. It might have brought balance in your life before, whatever this was. But that wheel's turning. You have a new truth now. And it's about stepping forward and taking advantage of these opportunities that are coming in.